I hate to inform you of this news, but today is going to be my last day of the show for the season. Psych. We're not going anywhere. We're just taking a break. And today is going to be our last episode of season 3. So let's dive in. Let's chat about some events that are going to be happening while I take some time off, and what we can celebrate when we do take some time off and really slow down for the summer. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the other side. And hey, hi, and hello, Angelisa here, your host for Braap Babe's Throttle Talk. I created a newsletter this morning, and it's actually going to go out tomorrow, but I did some calculations about my podcast, and I've been posting an episode every week for 60 weeks straight. I think that is a new record for the podcast. If you are new here, before, 4 years ago, I started off on Instagram Lives, and I was interviewing women every Tuesday. This was like in the middle of the pandemic, and then I slowed down on the Instagram Lives, and then I repurposed and brought it onto the podcast because I had so many of you ask if this could be a podcast of some sort, because not a lot of us can listen in on the Instagram Lives while we're driving. So it just kind of made sense. I already had the content. So that started, when was it? 2020. And then here we are, 2024. So technically I am 4 seasons in on having this having a podcast, but 3 seasons in on this space and place, if that makes sense. Okay. But anyways, I done some calculations, and yeah, this year, 2023, 2024, 60 weeks straight of posting consistently. And I thought we should celebrate that. I thought today would be a day where we celebrate myself for being consistent, okay? Because it is so hard. It is so hard. Whatever it is you're working on, that you're trying to be consistent on, just know that I see you and I am rooting for you. There are so many ways where we're implementing on being consistent, whether it's working out, whether it's riding, nutrition, or showing up online. So that's something for me. If you're new here, I have been trying to show up online consistently for the past, it's been 2 years for YouTube, obviously a year here for podcast. And just recently, I am trying a new strategy for my Instagram, posting for 5 days straight, weekly, every week. And that started March 1st. So I'm always testing, and I'm always like figuring out, I call it beta testing, just figuring out numbers and seeing, what works and what doesn't, because a lot of these things that I'm doing, I'm also taking that information and I'm giving it to my clients, because I don't want to, walk the walk. I don't want to talk the talk, but not walk the walk. So in order for me to be coaching, or in order for me to mentor or work with clients, I kind of need to know what's going on, what's working and what isn't, and truly build a personable brand, So anyways, that's what I've been consistent on, basically bringing you content weekly. Even if it was only for 2 minutes. I know they had a couple episodes where it was like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, but I still put it out. I still put out content. So I just appreciate you listening in. And if you are on a journey of posting consistently on social media, maybe you have a podcast, maybe you have a small YouTube channel, maybe you're just showing up online, maybe you're challenging yourself to talk to camera and to do these mini vlogs. Like, I see you, I feel you, and I am rooting for you, because it's not easy to do all of that. So My content creation and design agency has been expanding, and I'm truly honored to be serving and helping so many of you brand yourself and your business. It really is such a rewarding job, and I feel like this is like my jam. It's what I do. As a graphic designer, I've always been into branding yourself in some way, and I think a lot of us can get confused where we think branding is like colors and logos, but it's like far from the truth, even though that's a small part of it. Branding is who we are, the way that we are, the way that we talk, the voice, the visual, the way we dress, the way we put out content, that sort of thing, right? So it's all about how we can narrow it down and be our true authentic selves when we're showing up online. As my clientele grows, I am finding a new balance between work, family, writing, and my passion, which is building this online community. And I was just recently asked to be on the board of directors for Pemberton Dirt Bike Association. So I feel like my time is starting to become limited, and I'm also really trying to take the time this summer to like be present, because there's been a few weeks, especially like in May and June, where I just felt like I was kind of not drowning. I don't like to say that, but I was just like really trying to be there for my family, but like work and the podcast and my YouTube were like kind of taking a lot of my priority, or it was more of my priority. And this summer I just thought, you know what? I need to slow down, and I need to start appreciating these slow moments, because it has been kind of slow, but it also has been kind of busy, right? So this summer, I really want to focus on slowing down, and I have decided that I am going to be taking a few weeks off from the podcast. And that is because, well, one, school is out. I have both my girls at home, and they're very active, right? They're active girls, and I need to, again, be more present and just enjoy the summer, enjoy the slower moments. But also, too, I have my agency. I'm keeping up with my clientele. And not only that, but I have a few events coming up. And if you didn't know, I am hosting a motocross clinic, which is happening July 13th with Danielle Pettis. She was actually on a couple weeks podcast episode, Danielle Pettis. And anyways, July 13th is the women's only motocross clinic. And by the time you're listening to this, that has passed. And this week, I am also hosting Megan Griffiths, also known as Meg's Braap. She is doing some enduro clinics for 4 days, July 18th to the 21st at my home private enduro park. So she's going to be teaching women how to do logs and basically just some riding techniques when it comes to trail riding. So if you are listening to this, jump on to the show notes, click on the link where it says Megan Griffiths or Meg's Braap, and see if there's any availability. I know there's, I think, 2 days sold out, so spots are limited, but if you can make it work, beautiful. All right, so yeah, I'll leave that in the show notes. So as you can see, there's a lot of moving parts for me this July. I also have my youngest daughter who's turning 5, July 17th. So it's her birthday, and yeah, I just want to be here. I want to be here for the now in this moment, right? It truly has been an honor to be in your ears and your eyeballs this past year. I've received quite a few, DMs, messages, emails about the podcast, about these episodes, and it just brings the biggest smile on my face. So thank you to all who have reached out. I do appreciate every single one of you, and I am in awe of you. I look forward to season 4 as I continue on having some deep conversations and some thoughtful insights and just things that I'm working on that I want to share with you. And of course, interviewing some unique individuals and inspirational riders who are impacting so many of us around the world. If you're needing any type of like self-help, maybe riding tips or motivation episodes, I have a ton of these solo shows over here on the podcast. So, check back the past 60 weeks and catch up on those, because I do have quite a few. And also the interviews as well, like prior, like from season 1 to now, they are filled with so much value, tips and tricks, and just knowledge and insight. Oh my gosh, every time I interview a woman rider, like I learn something new, and I'm just like in awe and inspired of her story. So there's a ton of inspiration in this podcast, and I know you felt that in one way or shape or another while listening in. So check back some of the not older stuff, but the past 60 weeks stuff or beyond. I can see, like, if you are, let's say, driving to your next like moto track clinic or your like ride meetup, or if you're on the beach and you want some motivation when it comes to like riding, that sort of thing. Like, I really think this is a podcast for you, that you want to feel inspired in some way, and a way for you to connect with like-minded women. This is what it's all about. It's about building a community and exposing women for you. We are so much alike in so many ways, but we're also so different and so unique. And I love every story and every memory that comes our way. Like, it's so great. It's so powerful when I have like-minded women on my podcast. I absolutely love it. For any upcoming news and events, sign up for my newsletter if you haven't already. You'll be the first to hear of anything before I even announce it on my podcast or on Instagram. You can sign up by clicking the link below in the show notes. And if you're in the Pemberton area, keep your eyes peeled for any Pemberton Dirt Bike Association women's social rides. I will be posting that on my socials, on my stories. All right, babes, that's all that I have for you today. This wraps up our season 3. Enjoy your summer. Slow down when you can. And embrace the weather, family, and friends, and just enjoy the ride, be the vibe, and keep killing it safely. Number 1. I want all of you to be safe out there. Okay? I'll catch you on season 4. Okay. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today's show. Please rate and review this podcast. I would forever be thankful and grateful. Share it with your friends, family, and whoever you feel would enjoy these types of conversations in the dirt bike, snowmobile, and motorsports community. If you are looking to support the show, I do have a few affiliate links in the show notes. And if you're looking for some confidence in the digital space, learning how to brand yourself, edit your epic sends, and just being the vibe, being your true self, your authentic self, shoot me a message. You can reach me over on my website, angelisaedwards.com. And as always, I am rooting for you, and keep killing it safely, and I'll see you next week.